Hi friends, thank you so much for coming back to craft with me today, and welcome if you're new to my channel. My name is Alyssa, and today we have a stacked or layered mini album that we're going to be making with a little pop-up surprise when you open it. So this one is really fun. I have first just a little tuck spot here on my first flap, and I added some little ephemera pieces. You can see some poking out. And I just put a 3x4 journaling card in this tuck spot. And well, on the first few pages, that's not the pop-up. So I just put a little paper here for some writing space, which you can flip up, of course. Over here, I thought a photo would go perfectly here. So I kind of just left this to be like a little photo mat or background for a photo. And then there's my other floral piece. I just wrote remember down here. And then the pop-up is on the next part. So I don't know if you can even tell, but this is just what it looks like. It's just kind of a fun little spread that I have going on here. And you could even just like let it stand like that to have this part on display. But, you know, I just did my usual stuff with these little lists here that you could write on. You could put small photos on these little pop-up parts. So I have lots of flowers, choose to see the good, just some positive and happy reminders. And that's pretty much it for that inside part. We'll close it back up. And this is kind of just what it looks like from the inside. Or from the outside, I guess. And then on the very back, I just have two more tuck spots. So this is one here, and I have Be Bold with a little tab there. And then this is a tuck spot as well, which I just made this journaling card, Life is Sweet. And that's what the back looks like. Sometimes I just tend to neglect the back, you know, we just kind of leave it alone, but this just adds a little extra surprise besides the fun little pop-up. So go ahead and grab some paper and we can create one of these together. So for today's project, I pretty much just used a combination of this watercolor paper pad and then the country paper pad, both by Park Lane, both from Joann's. I'm pretty much almost done with both of these. I just have scraps left. So trying to use those up as well. But the first thing that we're going to do is just grab our sheets that will create pretty much the base of the album. So we're going to need 3 different sheets. They're all different sizes, but I'm just going to give them all to you at once. So you'll need a 10x7, an 8x5, and then a 6x3. And then we're pretty much just folding all of these in half on the longer sides. So I'm going to start with a 10x7 here. Of course, you can always score yours too, so I'm just going to do that and score this right down the middle at 5 on my 10-inch side. Just fold that in half. Let's get our next sheet. This one was the 8x5. And I'm just going to hold it at 8 inches and score at 4. Fold that in half. And then the last one we have was the 6x3. And at the 6-inch side, I'm just going to score at 3. Fold that in half. And we have our 3 sheets here. So I'm just going to start with my 2 bigger ones for now. And I'm pretty much just going to wrap the smaller one around the biggest one like that. So it's going around the back and the front. And I'm actually going to just glue just the back to this back. So I'm going to just pop some glue right next to the score line here, and then along the bottom. And then you can really place it wherever you want. You can center it. I kind of just like to put mine a little bit more towards the bottom. It really doesn't matter. And so this becomes a tuck spot. Let's flip it back to the front. And then this page here will just be like an extra little flip page. Unless you want to do another tuck spot in the front too, that's fine. But we have that, and then we're going to grab our last little sheet here, and same thing, we're just going to kind of wrap it around the rest of our sheets here, like so. And I liked to create a tuck spot on the front and the back with this smaller piece. So I'm just going to pop some glue right down the middle. Sorry if you hear a loud truck. And then I'm going to glue the entire bottom. And then I will wrap that around everything. Again, place it wherever you want it to go. But that way we get a tuck spot here in the back, and then there, and a tuck spot in that first page. And then of course, this is where we're going to have the pop-up element. So I'm going to go ahead and just let this whole thing dry. So let's put it aside. And you just want to grab one last sheet for your pop-up page. Now this page is going to be 10 by 7. I'm just flipping mine over to the blank side, and we're just going to score at the 10-inch side at these scores here. So we have 2.5, 5, and 7.5. So we're pretty much just dividing that into 4 sections here. And then we're just gonna accordion fold this. So I'll start on this end and just start doing my accordion fold like so. So it's gonna look like this now. And this is pretty much just going to get glued to the inside here of our booklet. And we're just going to like line up the edges as best we can. So this edge to this edge, this one to that one, and that'll be our little pop-up element. Now, if you have single-sided paper or something and you don't want the white space really visible at all, you can cover up this whole inside. I mean, it's not really going to be visible unless you open it up, obviously, and then you can see that white space in there, but I'm not bothered by that. So I'm going to just glue this inside. Now, if you want to decorate this before you glue it in, you can do that, but I'm just going to glue it. So I'm just gluing the back of this panel and this panel here. And again, just line up the edges. All right, and then I'll take this panel, just glue the back of it as well. And then you'll have to kind of close up your booklet a little bit. like that, just to get the edges all aligned. All right, and then just make sure it can close up nicely. And that's the whole little booklet. So now let's do some decorating, shall we? Okay, so I'm gonna start with my front, and I have gone ahead and made a few inserts, or just gathered a few. So this is another 3x4 journaling card that I'm gonna stick here. And I love that Great Day is showing. This is just one of my standard journaling cards that I make. Oh, actually, this was going to go here on the inside. So because I have single-sided paper, I just grabbed this sheet, which is 4x5, I think. 4x5. Yes, this is 4 inches across by 5 inches tall. So I'm just going to glue this over here since that's my blank side. You could even create another pocket that way, but we're just going to glue it down today. So we've got a little room to write there. And then this piece says, just for fun. I put a little vellum flower there. And I thought that would go over here. Of course, a nice big photo would go nicely there too, but this is kind of just like a little or a big embellishment, sort of. You could even turn something like this into another pocket. And again, you can see I just used my scraps to layer up some pieces here. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And let me do a little bit more decorating on the front. So I just gathered a bunch of my floral stickers here because that's what I like to use. And maybe I'll just stick a few here on my cover. These are all from Dollar Tree, by the way. So maybe I'll stick this one down here. You could even add trim to each panel, I guess. But I'll add those. Maybe just another little guy here. You could even just take like a branding strip or something and decorate the top of the pocket here, which I kind of like. I might do that. Let me just cut this down. Or again, use some trim or ribbon. Maybe some pink. All right, I like that. You know what? We need a butterfly. Because why not? All right, I think that's all I'm gonna do for the front part at least. It's actually looking very springy. And here we are going into fall. Okay, so now we have this part in the middle, which it can still flatten or lay flat, so it's still easy to decorate. I'm gonna move my stickers for now, but for this pop-up part, you could put smaller photos, so maybe like 2x3 photos or something like that, smaller photos. This piece here, I just drew my own lines for some writing space. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I like to use sticky notes. So I'm gonna grab a few from this little pack. And I'm just gonna kind of do a small little layout and start with that before I glue things down. I did something like this for my first one. And you can, of course, use your scraps here as well. I think I'm just gonna take this one and fold it in half. And that can go over here, and you could flip that up. All right, so I'll do something like this. And I'm just gonna start gluing everything down. Okay, so that's gonna be my general layout, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just add some extra stickers and things here and there. So I'm gonna use some of these stickers, which these were from Walmart, and I just found them in like the clearance section, but they're just planner stickers. And I don't plan or I don't have a planner, but sometimes they're just fun to utilize in these little projects that I make. So I'm just gonna put Hello Friday here. You can flip that up. And then I also had this ephemera pack from Joann's, and I just put all the pieces in a plastic bag for now, but they came in those like big boxes. You've probably seen them if you go to Joann's. But this little house here I think is so cute, so I'm just gonna foam tape that to here. That'll just be like a little background for my house. I'll just stick it there. And I'm gonna jump around and just put this sticker over here. Make it happen. I'll pop this sticker over here. So maybe you want to write a note here or put a photo. And I'm just going to go in with some other little pieces here. And do something like that. And this piece, Life is Sweet, I'll probably stick down here somewhere. to go with my little strawberry sticky note. Yeah, I'll put it down here. So I think that's going to be it for my little pop-up spread. Just have to make sure that this little guy stays down. And then we just have the back here, our fun tuck spots. So I just went ahead and created 2 little inserts. This one says, "This is my happy place," and that is a coffee shop because that is one of my happy places. So I'm going to stick that in here. And I love that this sentiment is still poking out. This one says, "Look on the sunny side." And I just love the yellow and the blue combination. And I'll stick that right here in my bigger tuck spot. And I'm just going back into this sticker book I have. And I'm just going to use this sticker to place at the top of this, at the top of this tuck spot. Right about there, just for a little something extra. Okay, this extra piece I need to put somewhere, because what else am I going to do with it? We'll just stick it under here. There, and just layer those up. Okay, but I think that's going to complete this little album today. So let's bring it back to the front here. We've got all of these floral pieces poking out everywhere, tuck spots and spaces to write. Fun little pop-up surprise here. I think some small photos would be adorable in this spread. And then some surprise tuck spots in the back. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this project today. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel for more crafty fun and inspiration. Leave me a comment down below and say hi, and I will see you all very soon in my next one. Happy crafting and huge hugs!